Hello everybody, my name is Raquel Frausto, and today I have the greatest honor of introducing to you guys my little sister, Lizbeth Frausto. Lizbeth is an incredible human being, and she truly lives by the motto of being the best version of herself. That comes with making the best decisions that shape her and shape her future, but also making the best out of those curveballs that life sometimes throws at her. I hope that you guys enjoy her speech, and thank you. Stay safe.
I have been contemplating how to write this speech for about 6 years. Since listening to the first speech in the big gym, when I went through major and minor experiences in life, a little voice in the back of my head would go off and say, "Hey, that would be a killer senior speech." When I had poor time management on an assignment, that little voice would say, "Oh, how about don't leave what you can do today for tomorrow?" When I felt overwhelmed by the complexity of a project in class, that little voice would say, "The way you eat an elephant is one bite at a time." Or when I would get a really bad paper cut and that little voice said, "It's never too early to get life insurance." You get the idea. And as I encountered different challenges, I began to evolve as a person. I'm no longer that annoying little girl who was afraid of failure. I'm actually pretty tall now, so some things changed. I think the most difficult part about writing the speech was cramming all the lessons learned and experiences in one speech. When I searched for my message, I began to wonder, who is Liz? What is my identity? I am a guitarist, a cellist, a green belt in karate. I am a daughter of Rigoberto and Isidra, who I owe the world to. I am a sister, a girl who has big dreams, who loves to laugh and dance, who cries when she's overwhelmed, and so much more. I am now a senior at Ann Richards, and I am overflowing with beautiful memories and life lessons to share. So, I will now try to deliver my truth.
Everything you do matters. From the moment you wake up to the time you go to bed, every single decision you make will impact your life. And although this statement can seem intimidating, almost like a punishment, I choose to perceive it differently. Because this means that I am in control of my success, of my happiness, and my growth as a person. If you give 100%, you might not get 100% back, but you will know that you did the best that you could offer. And why would that matter? Why is it worth it? Because it leads to a life with no regrets. In the 9th grade, we were given the opportunity to conduct our own passion project that incorporated passion and service. I got the idea to play a guitar at a nursing home and interview the guests there. I didn't know how impactful this experience could be, but I grasped the opportunity to explore areas outside of my comfort zone and was motivated by the idea of learning and providing musical enjoyment for others. I communicated with the staff and scheduled a time I could come in and play music. The first time I went, I was terrified. Although I had practiced at home and made a great playlist of Paul Anka and Johnny Cash, as I was sitting in that tiny living room area and I began to strum away, I didn't get much attention. The guests were distracted with their conversations, and I felt as if my service was not making an impact. I continued to come every Saturday, and to my disbelief, I started to gain the interest of the guests and had an actual audience. It was incredible when the that were quiet and kept to themselves began singing and even crying when they heard a memorable song. After interviewing some of the guests, I learned that many had beautiful memories to share, but felt lonely without having someone show interest. To the guests, having someone come and listen was what they needed. I learned so much from their stories and their advice, but the greatest lesson I learned was that I had a strong impact on those around me, and therefore every choice I made would not only impact my life, but the lives of others. With the start of the pandemic, this idea has begun to wither in our minds. As we continue to learn virtually, it becomes easier and easier to close off, to stay unmotivated, to feel secluded. The decisions we make seem unimportant because we can't necessarily see the instant impact of them. But now, more than ever before, our actions matters. What we learn matters, what we teach, how we interact with others, and our empathy for those around us matters. We need to hold ourselves accountable to make this world a better place every day. Whether this is shown by taking the initiative to reach out to a peer in need, sending your teachers appreciation notes, or taking a moment for yourself in a time of stress. Everything we do matters. However, it is also important to understand that everything matters, but at different levels, at different moments in your life. We need to prioritize our health, our safety, and our happiness. And I know when I would hear comments like these, they would breeze off my head and I would shrug them off and excuse my strive for success and expense to not sleeping well and not taking time for myself. And I can tell you that it leads to disappointment, because nothing in life matters more than you. Virtual learning has its challenges, but virtual learning also gives us a lot of time to be with ourselves, to learn about who we are as people and what our calling is in life. So, I leave you with this. Make every moment matter. By grasping the opportunities presented to you, by being brave and exploring outside of your comfort zone, by having a positive attitude when overcoming obstacles, because the actions you take today will help you become the person you want to be tomorrow. Thank you.